YouTube legal team has contacted me with regards to private matter that was reported, and I can name the alligator as Emma Martin Hamilton, because I received a letter, threats of court and reporting me to the police and YouTube and WordPress and everything from them. Yeah? I'm going to put on record now that I will be seeking help to find out how I go about getting whatever you call it from Leaf, June O'Sullivan, any mention on YouTube about pedagogy. YouTube will have to make sure I get compensation. And the reason I am going to make sure I get compensation is the fact that this is June O'Sullivan. She's sitting at the table with my homemade books. They were trending on LinkedIn before LinkedIn stole my account. Yeah? So there she is, keen. And there is the other one. So I took these pictures on the day that Sky News visited Luton Street Community Nursery. We made aware until I saw them turn up the cost of childcare. So I am stating claim because June O'Sullivan took one of my homemade books, saying that she was going to develop it up as a teaching and learning tool. And make no mistake, I will be needing compensation. And YouTube legal team will be contacted and they have to make redress. Yeah? CEO admiring my homemade book. CEO chose one to be working tool for Leaf, pedagogy, EYFS coordinator and Senko, curriculum, the theories of teaching and learning, child development. Yeah? I did not take any of the homemade books home. I left them at Luton Street when I was leaving. And that's why I'm going to now seek compensation from Leaf for every mention of pedagogy in any videos on YouTube. I am to be compensated. Yeah? Because my homemade book was taken, yes, in good faith. But because of the discrimination and what has happened to me, I am now, seeking compensation each time there's a mention of pedagogy in these videos. Nelson Mandela, the purpose of freedom is to create for others who is the criminal. Nelson Mandela, I was made by the law a criminal. Not because of what I had done, but because of what I stood for. Because of what, ... The rest is there. Yeah? Mervyn Myers advocating on behalf of children, young people and adults made vulnerable by Leaf and HMCTS and CPS and CJS discrimination for June O'Sullivan to be barred from the early years sectors and Ofsted and decisions about safeguarding. June O'Sullivan plagiarized my intellectual property, image rights, CPPDP, 2010 until she sanctioned discrimination after the death of mom. 8 years. My husband is traumatized. Windrush generation. Oral history. Yeah? When did Mervyn Myers lose my identity to Leaf and cohorts? The story of M. Myers challenges HMCTS and CPS and CJS cover Leaf abuse rings. That's Mervyn Myers, page 1 of ITV News, Windrush 70. Yeah? Merville Myers, FD Open. Yeah? More than 200 people gathered at Westminster Abbey to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the arrival of the Windrush generation in Britain. Prime Minister Theresa May attended the event alongside Home Secretary Sajid Javid, London Mayor Sadiq Khan, and Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott. I actually spoke to her. As well as Baroness Lawrence, mother of murdered black teenager Stephen Lawrence. The Empire Windrush landed at Tilbury on 22nd June 1948 as people came to Britain to help rebuild the country following World War II. Descendants of those who arrived in that era attended the service, which saw gospel choir sung the lively Jesus Hold My Hand, and actors recount stories of Windrush. So that was me. So now I put my name to it. Yeah? Stories will be told. The person in ITV News beamed across the world, Windrush 70, is a criminal needing emotional regulation treatment to cover, leave, and cohorts abusers of Richard Harty, men in childcare, refer to fight for justice. Making headline news, Sky News visited London. Sky News visited Luton Street Community Nursery, promoting the aims and objectives of London Early Years Foundation Leave, 1st September 2009, 27th of September 2015, and beyond. Sky News Wednesday, 5th September 2011, Merville Myers photo. Merville Myers, Early Years Practitioner, Lead Early Years Foundation State EYFS Coordinator, SENCO, Multi-Generational Working Approach, Integrated Working Lead, Creative Writing and Photographer and Researcher, Advocate, Fight for Justice, Merville Myers, FD Open. And let me put on record that after I meet Michael Gove at Leaf Annual Conference, where I was told about the post of Lead Early Years Practitioner, I applied for the post. I was the only one shortlisted. I did not get the job. I had a meltdown. I decided, you know what? I can't go through any more of this. Let me work for my pension. Yeah? That's the Sky News reporter with my homemade book paper. Leaf said they have no data for me. I am the target of social media. I was an influencer with my homemade books. I have 18 pages on FB, LinkedIn stolen my account, Twitter suspended. I have Google removing my posts. June O'Sullivan must face my fight for justice. Yeah? Well, Twitter has since given me back my account. I asked for it and they gave it to me. Merville Myers, EYFS Coordinator, SENCO, Multi-Generational Working Approach Facilitator, Leave, 1st of the 9th, 2009, Criminal Needs ERT to cover abusers of MIC. Tech Don't Lie, A Voice of a Child, Nurse Rural Magazine published, Sky News, Penny Tassani, Community Platings, Consultations and Reports, Memo to Contribute to CEO Blog, First Website and YouTube. My first website has been stolen. The domain name, Social Media Influencer, Defensive Practice Online, Mental Health Awareness, Mother's Day, contributed to Daily Express Mental Health Crusade, Dr. Laura Crawford, 12 sessions NHS, mental health research, diabetes healed, radar CNS, ketamine depression, police sent to section, police assaults, Leaf, police sent by UL, Richard Harty, Mary Mitchison, UL locked in Barclays, assessment/referrals, 6 years mental health research. Disability breaches, BIB baby room, allegations, triggers, June O'Sullivan sanction, sent to House of Commons, medical suspension, escorted out of House of Commons, invited to disciplinary, data tampered with, use of email fraudulent, target of legal entity, targeted by social media, miscarriage of justice. HMCTS and CPS and CJS, UEL discrimination, husband traumatized, denied rights, racism, ageism, sexism, claim strike out, labels as triggers, ET/EAT claim I made up, disabilities, refusal to pay judgment, target of CLCC to impose ECRO, HMCTS miscarriages, CPS unlawful, CJS illegal, MOPAC, HMPPS, IOPC, BSB, SRA, CLCC, JCIO, DBS, CCMCC, only employee shortlisted, not allowed training. My file will tell ET panel refuse additional witness statement. And I could go on and on. Yeah? Let's go on and on. Yeah? Theresa May government rejected petition targeted by Neil King, Rashid Iqbal, Neil Bess, Martin Bunch, BWB, Bateswells Brathwaite, John Fenton, judges, police, nursery rural 17, 2 white men, nursery rural 18, assaulted by a white girl in leaf shirt, June O'Sullivan plans. The next day, Samantha Jones, Small Claims Court, CLCC, Parfit Diet, police terrorism, Neighbors and Police, Southern Council, Housing for Women, Elephant and Castle Hub Choir, online presence, realized with Merville Myers, the cultural ambassador and social butterfly and social media influencer, who can be found on the www. And in the net, I was page 1 of ITV News for Winward 70, so was popular than PM Theresa May, who I wrote open letter, whose government rejected my petition. I have written materials to keep up my publishing until I'm no longer around. Leaf must be barred. Communities of practice, HCT Group, St. Giles Trust, Local Education Authority, Community Playthings, Connects Education, see them there? Part of it. Resources for Autism, Cardboard Citizens, Pembroke House, Charity Meetup, Parkinson's UK, Case Studies, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Barclays, UEL, Police, NHS Professionals, June O'Sullivan, Mask of Sanity, reveal a psychopath wants to be remembered as a disruptive influence. She is after government as a disruptive influence. She is after government issued her MBE. She got rid of women in leadership, replaced with men to operate Richard Harty men in childcare. The abuse rings operate out House of Commons nursery. Let us compare the records of Leaf, CEO, and Merville Myers. From I conducted A Voice of a Child research project after I was a participant in Dr. Maria Hudson's research paper 2010. Dr. Juanita Cox must not whitewash the Windrush generation oral history by not responding to me. Yeah? So over to you, YouTube legal team. This is my truth. So what are you saying about private person? Where is that private person? I'll be doing that private person, YouTube. And you're gonna get me every penny, every time that YouTube pedagogy is mentioned in Leaf YouTube videos. I'm gonna be compensated.